Salute everyone. The streets are buzzing. The New York Knicks get their first win of the 23-24 season. Let's chop it up with the best chat in the biz. As the New York Knicks defeat the Los Angeles Clippers in the first game with James Harden, 111-97. Bounce back performance from Julius Randle. RJ Barrett returned, and Mitchell Robinson beasted on the offensive boards. Great game from the bench with quickly DiVincenzo stepping up. Josh Hart. Down game from Jalen Brunson tonight, but the rest of the crew picked him up. Feel good win. Let's chop it up. Salute Knicks Nation. Definitely great game, great win, and a much needed with this one against the Clippers, right? They emptied the bench late. So I said it in the last show, man, I wasn't too surprised if the Knicks pulled this one out. And certainly they needed the bounce back win. But yeah, a lot of heroes to shout out tonight. And I will shout out the chat like we always do. Replay Squad, Daniel Prometheus, that's a tap in the chat. Let's get it. 111-97. The Knicks started off shooting poor. The offense was slow. Half court, 42 points at the half. And ended up having an amazing third quarter, 34 points, fueled by Randle, RJ Barrett quickly, and the bench squad getting after it. Fam, let's get it. Let us know if you can hear me, fam. Yep, sounds pretty good on my end. Yep, sounds good, fam. Appreciate your big task. Let's get it. But yeah, Julius Randle, double-double. He bounced back, was pleasing, rebounding well. Obviously turned the ball over a little bit, so did RJ Barrett. But the Knicks to go 3-4 now, much needed win. You know, we know how difficult these games, this schedule is coming up. And we got Victor Wembanyama coming in. We got 1 day rest, and we can finally get back to 500. You know, hopefully this is a big win that can catapult the New York Knicks season. On a down night from Jalen Brunson, for the New York Knicks to turn it up, and turn up the heat on these Clippers was great. And our transition buckets was necessary early because, yeah, the Knicks weren't shooting well, but getting to the line. RJ Barrett really bounced back. But DiVincenzo, really pleasing to see him have his best game as a New York Knick coming out. But what can we say about Mitchell Robinson? Man, he just continues to elevate his game on the offensive boards, on the glass, yeah, and just dominate. All NBA Julius is back. Salute Toby. Yep, definitely. This is the Randle that we signed up for. You know, he delivered tonight. Yeah, on a night where Jalen Brunson didn't really have it going. I thought, yeah, the bench, by far the best game the bench has played as a whole. Too, fam, in terms of quickly, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo. This is the bench that the New York Knicks we expected coming into the year, right? And you know, the Clippers bench was no match for the New York Knicks bench. I thought, yeah, Emmanuel quickly ran the offense really well. He could have even closed the game out if we're being real, right? Jalen Brunson didn't really need to come back into this game, and we'll go through the box score and everything. But yeah, I thought Hart was amazing, hitting some big shots. You know, his shots back. The New York Knicks absolutely dominated the rebounds, like we see, 52-35, 28 assists. Thumbs up, fam, for the streets are buzzing. With 52 rebounds, 28 assists, 13 steals. Only one block tonight, but we were gobbling everything up. Every missed shot. Russell Westbrook kept the Clippers in it in the first half, but I felt like they were just really passive, you know, trying to figure things out. Kawhi didn't really try to take over. Paul George had a down night. Credit to Quentin Grimes' defense. Barrett, even Randle, was giving more effort on the defensive end tonight. We got our field goal percentage all the way up to 46. It was hovering around the 20s and 30s for most of the game, but a flurry of offense late, and ended up shooting a 38% from three, which was really positive, and a 94% from the foul line. So shout out to all the guys that hit their free throws tonight. RJ Barrett, 6 of 6 from the line. Randle, 6 of 6 from the line. Mitch, 1 of 1 from the line. Brunson went 2 of 2. Josh Hart, 1 of 1. And DiVincenzo, 1 of 2. So yeah, we shot amazing, 94% from the line. That's how you do it, baby. Eat those 3 points up. But without further ado, we'll pull up the box score, shout our heroes out, because RJ Barrett returned with a mammoth game tonight. 9 of 16 from the field. He was 2 of 4 from deep. Excellent. Like I said, 6 of 6 from the line, 6 boards, 4 assists, 5 turnovers coming back, but 26 points plus 13 against Paul George, Kawhi, whoever they threw at him. RJ Bully Barrett was getting to the cup. He was finishing strong. He even had a right-handed layup, which was excellent. Chat, salute Mike, what's good? RJ's absolutely breaking out right now, fam. It's been 5 great games. You want to even go back to the preseason too. So yeah, young fella, he's definitely carrying the FIBA form, and the confidence from FIBA into this NBA season now, doing it against elite defenders as well. Really looking effortless out there, scoring, knowing when to shoot. The shot selection's excellent. The heads up, the dribble looks tighter. Is able to finish those ones in traffic that he just wasn't able to finish last year as well. So yeah, it's a completely different RJ we're seeing, and a great start, like you said, man. Definitely really, really happy with RJ Barrett this season so far, and this just bodes well for the Knicks moving forward now. We're on a night where Jalen Brunson only had 7 points. We didn't even need anything more from him, right? Went 1 of 3 from deep, 2 of 12 inefficient, 35 minutes. He didn't even need to play that much. Quickly helped close the show. Fam, it was excellent. But yeah, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, really pleasing to see them both bounce back. Julius Randle with 9 of 21, 3 of 8 from 3, and 6 of 6 from the line, 10 boards, 27 points, 3 assists, 6 turnovers. So between Barrett and Randle, 11 of our 19 turnovers attributed to them, but they carried us offensively, and really positive signs from our half-court offense tonight. We made a focus to look for Mitch a lot more. Mitch went 6 of 10. I can't remember the last game Mitch had 10 shot attempts. Now, a couple of them were his own catch and putbacks, but I thought they were definitely looking for him a lot more in the pick and roll. With 15 rebounds, 9 offensive, 4 steals. Mitchell Robinson's my starting center for Yahoo Fantasy, stand up. And just 2 fouls as well with 13 points. Mitchell Robinson's definitely in the conversation for all defensive team. And he's going from strength to strength. Been the most consistent player along with RJ Barrett for the season. Now, hopefully this fuels a Julius Randle bounce back, because we know the critique has been coming from all angles over the last few days, and justified. A really, really poor start from Juju, but definitely tonight he got home cooking for tonight. He rested, probably shut off the noise, I'm going to assume, and he bounced back with 3 of 8 from deep. I thought the shot attempts were good. He didn't hesitate. He pulled up a couple deep in transition, and and he did exactly what we needed. So this was one of the big buckets from Randle when he got going, especially when you get him downhill here on the pick and roll. See Zubac drop coverage. He had no answer for that one. So maybe we are seeing, Julius's slow start, part of it attributed to his ankle and just finding his feet. But this guy, talking about finding his feet, man, RJ Barrett, he's got the little push shot. The mid range looks like it's coming along. The pull up, the catch and shoot. Well, look at the patience there. Previously, he would have tried to force it into Paul George or throw a wild pass, kind of thing. Surveys his back, knows that Paul George is there, and just excellent work from RJ Barrett. Yeah, look, that handle definitely looks tighter than years past. So he's enjoying his basketball, man. The man's just turned 23, won a bronze medal for Canada, and he's come back with a vengeance, man. He's sick of the noise. Talking about Zion, talking about Ja, who's suspended. RJ Barrett, man, strong start to the year, and yet Randle's best game of the season so far tonight. Yep, taking it strong. Definitely Dante DiVincenzo's best game as well, but as a team, I think defensively we played our best defense tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Getting out in transition. We'll look at the fast break points. But yeah, Quick was all over the place, getting steals. So was iHeart and Hart and DiVincenzo. This is the bench we signed up for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bench. In terms of, North Powell, Highland, couldn't do much tonight. We just outplayed them. We outplayed them consistently. Now the Knicks actually were favourites heading into tonight, so I guess people were high on the Knicks bounce back. Also maybe feeling like the Clippers need a little more time, to figure things out. Look, Russell Westbrook's best performance, definitely he's someone who is normally struggled at the Garden more recently, but he had it going tonight. But Quentin Grimes only had 4 shot attempts, hit 1 3 ball. Pretty quiet night for Quentin Grimes, but an excellent defense. But Josh Hart loose, 4 of 9, 44% from the field. Great to see Josh Hart finally hit some shots. That was great to see. But the transition, 4 assists, 2 steals, and just 2 turnovers, 10 points. Josh Hart really ran the break really well. Yep. There's the chat spitting their appreciation for these Knicks and RJ Barrett. Yep. Eric Stack says, RJ, I hope he's finally coming into his own, and this shows signs of greatness. I hope he keeps this play up. It really doesn't look like a flash in the pan. Yeah, it really does look like his game's coming along. 5th year, coming off a big summer where he was playing competitive ball in FIBA, playing with a talent like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shout out to his trainer, Drew Hanlon. Shout out to everyone across the board for helping RJ Barrett come into the season looking like he is, looking real ready to be a 25 and 6 guy in his sleep, effortless basically. And what was you could pick your poison, but what was the most pleasing thing for Barrett for me was the way he's shooting his free throws. Definitely efficient, 6 of 6. He's been great at the free throw shooting all season as well, and more efficient in the catch and shoot, 50% from 3 tonight. As Gerard says, give Mitch the ball. Mitch had 10 shot attempts. Much better tonight. They looked for him a little more, but yeah, definitely feed the big man, man. He was huffing and puffing and stuffing, and he was running the floor really well. I can't shout out Mitch enough for his start to the year as well. Another night with 15 rebounds. I gotta check the records in terms of Nick, but this is the 3rd game in a row that I believe Mitchell Robinson has had 15 rebounds or more, 3 games in a row, and that's huge. But the 4 steals also, he gets an A for me tonight. A+, Mitchell Robinson. RJ Barrett gets an A+. Julius Randle gets an A plus for me. I'll give Dante DiVincenzo his B plus. Man, he was skying high for those rebounds. Got a second chance points. Hit 3 of 5 from deep. Big task. Dante DiVincenzo, if that shot starts coming around, him and Quickly are going to be dangerous off the bench. And this was the best night for the New York Knicks bench. So yeah, the Clippers didn't want that smoke, fam, at all. As we see, look at Quick take it strong, straight into the face of their defender coming in. It was Harden actually, not their defender, but yeah, Harden had no answer for Quickly on the break. Man, he didn't want any of that. What do we have here? Another steal. Jalen Brunson fighting over the screen. Look, the Knicks wanted it tonight. Josh Hart with the finish and one. Copped the elbow across the face. Josh Hart was really running the break really well tonight. But yeah, look at Brunson. Shout out to him. Night that he didn't have it going offensively, and he was fighting over screens. So I've been saying this for a minute, but I was never worried about the New York Knicks defense. It was going to get right. Like, if there's one thing Tom Thibodeau hangs his hat on, is a defensive team. Now we can definitely look up and down and really bad defensively at times, but that's something that I always feel like we can correct with better effort. And tonight the New York Knicks gave that effort and some. But the offense does stall at times if we're not shooting it well. But the pleasing thing tonight is the New York Knicks really were patient and moved the ball. It was like a hot potato. And generally, for the most part, it ended up in the right shot. Collapsing the defense like Brunson did there, and Mitch on the putback as well. So yeah, we really did stretch out this defense. So Russell Westbrook couldn't stop Brunson's penetration there as well. So that was big. But believe it or not, we trailed at the half, 42-46, right? So I knew the third quarter coming in was going to be critical tonight. And what did we get? We got a 34-point a third quarter. Yep, largely fueled with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. Here we are, beautiful 1-2, two-man game there as well. Head up, he was looking for Barrett on that one. Backdoor. And there he goes with the floater with the left. So a more efficient RJ Barrett, not just a more confident RJ Barrett. As we had stars out in the garden. And we got to shout out Bully Barrett for his 5,000 career points. It was Jalen Brunson the other night with 5,000. Now Bully Barrett's on the board with 5,000 career points. Salute. He went on to continue to help close us out. This was his 5,000th point. The big slamming and jamming on the break. Getting in the passing lane, Hart. That was great. Bones Highland had nothing on that. Bully Barrett was flying down the court as well. Highlight jam. Yep. He'll definitely have that on a poster, I think, for his 5,000th career point. RJ Barrett was doing it all tonight. This was a late play. DiVincenzo got the steal, then got the rebound, relocated, and hit the three ball to sink the hearts of the Clippers. So full of confidence, home cooking. We needed this one badly, guys. Home win, first home win of the year, and we definitely need it. We weren't going to go 0-3 at home. That would have been a tough start. So we'll preview the next game against the Spurs shortly. We're 3-4, and I think we can definitely beat the Spurs, make a statement, beating Wembanyama, and get back to 500. Fam. Yep, they won. Fam, Joe Long says 42-40, we're on our way. One game at a time, I think. But yeah, this season, the East is looking a lot tougher. No, it can't take any game for granted. But yeah, the Wembanyama one is going to be interesting. A lot of national attention on that one. Mike says we can beat a lot of teams if we shoot free throws like we did tonight. Yeah, not leaving points at the line. Well, I'm done with that. Yep. Big Tar says the Clippers did not want it. You know, they were filling things out tonight. I could really tell the Clippers were passive. They were happy just moving the ball around. I think definitely trying to integrate James Harden, but Kawhi could have been a lot more aggressive. But yeah, he was passing up. He was passing up a lot of stuff. Paul George, really quiet night too. But yeah, second chance points, the Knicks won. Fast break points, 26-6. That's got to be one of the best results from the Knicks in recent memory. 26 fast break points, salute to Josh Hart, quickly, Barrett, Randle getting on the break as well. Mitch's energy running the floor. He outplayed Zubac and he outplayed Plumlee, single-handedly beasted them. And 56 points in the paint. That tells the story. So yeah, we started shooting poorly, but the shooting got back up to 38% from deep, 46% from the field. So excellent. Julius Randle top scored with 27. Yep. Given we've seen a few great performances from Barrett, I'm happy to give the game ball to Julius Randle tonight. We don't win if Julius Randle does not bounce back, you know, and he bounced back in a big way. 27 points and 10 rebounds as well. Played solid defense as well. And DiVincenzo got a block. Josh Hart with 7 assists. Salute to Josh Hart as well, getting after it. So, who else do we need to give a grade to? Yeah, I could give a solid B. B plus to Josh Hart. I gave DiVincenzo a B plus. Quickly can get a B for his great game. Isaiah Hartenstein gets a B. And I gave an A plus to Mitch, Randle and Barrett. And Jalen Brunson, he can get a C plus, B minus. In fact, yeah, I'll keep it at a C plus because it was a very quiet night. But 6 assists isn't bad. 6 assists isn't bad at all. We need that ball to move. Yep. Shirley, salute. Appreciate you. Yep. Really appreciate everyone for rocking along. The street's always buzzing. We shout you out. We keep it 100. We break it down. And Vaughn, salute. Yet the New York Knicks defense tonight. This is the identity of a Tom Thibodeau team, turning defense into offense. We're going to struggle in the hard grind, and it's really important at home. And that's what home advantage is really all about. The crowd going insane, the players feeling good, dapping each other up, and guys getting alley-oop jams and steals, and then getting running out as well. And then your big man, Mitchell Robinson, feeding him the rock also. So yeah, on a night where we could have, it was a great night, and on a night it could have been even better because Emmanuel quickly didn't need to do too much. Just was 3 of 5 playing his game with 5 assists. Josh Hart with 7 assists off the bench as well. And then we were able to get DiVincenzo some easier looks, fam, to open it up as well. Yeah. Turning out into a verb, Mitch Beaston, feasting, and it's an equal tie for me right now. Barrett and Mitch has been the best New York Knicks for the start of the season. Absolutely got to give RJ Barrett that A, fam. But really could give Dante DiVincenzo an A minus, but yeah, I'll keep it at a B plus. He was excellent. He was consistent late, and breaking the backs of the LA Clippers. Now we look ahead with 3 and 4. This is a kind of win like we saw many times last year, guys, that the New York Knicks were, heavily criticized coming in, needing to shake off some rust and really get loose. And this is that game, right? The Clippers now might go on also and take this loss and fuel them with James Harden, now there. And they're going to be tough to beat for future teams once they start figuring it out. But the New York Knicks got the huge win tonight, and we'll take it back to MSG, and we'll look at the schedule as Victor Wembanyama comes into the Mecca. And one of the reasons why this game coming up and this game tonight was so critical is because we have a 3-day rest. after Wednesday. There you see it, guys. San Antonio comes in to the MSG at 7:30 p.m. and then we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday rest, and then a back-to-back Sunday at MSG against the Hornets, who have started quite well. LaMelo Ball has looked quite decent, and then an away game at Boston as well. So last show, EJ and I, shout out to EJ on his grind, couldn't make it tonight, so I'm on the solo. But next time we talk to EJ will be later in this schedule in the week. And I was saying to him we could go 2-1 in this next 3-1 in this next skid. But it was going to start tonight. Once we got the big win, I know we can beat San Antonio and the Hornets. And then Boston's going to be a tough one, we know, as we head on the road to Boston, Atlanta, the second NBA Cup game against Washington next Friday, and then Charlotte again, Minnesota. So a lot to feel good about for the remainder of this schedule. I feel once we can string a few wins together, this team is going to start to feel a lot more confident. But they've got to play defense like they did tonight, and getting stops, like we know, is critical. Talking about 13 steals running on the break. Mitchell Robinson with 4, Brunson got 3, Josh Hart with 2, DiVincenzo and Grimes with a steal each, while Barrett and Randle helped carry us with the scoring. So, yeah, one of our strengths, as I said, guys, that coming into this season, our scoring, the balanced level we can have each night with Barrett, Randle, and our bench. Right, guys don't really need to put up 35, 40 points for us to win. We just need to share the ball, move around. Ball movement and player movement is going to be really key. And like one of these plays with DiVincenzo, I'm talking about player movement. Look what he does. He grabs a rebound, he passes it, but he relocates to the corner so that the floor is spaced as well. So excellent work from DiVincenzo there. That helps our offense a lot. I think the spacing was really good. And that was a missed assignment from Paul George there. Wasn't aware of DiVincenzo relocating as well. So who gets the game ball for you guys? I give it to Randle tonight for his heroic effort bouncing back. But man, RJ Barrett, a close second tonight. I could give him the game ball too, returning after 2 games off. And he's looked even better tonight than he has previously tonight. No rust, didn't look slow, little inefficient early, but then got going late like the rest of the team. So we beat a really good team tonight, and I know they're figuring some things out, and they're definitely going to get better. But I think Tom Thibodeau coached a really good game. I've got to give props to Tibbs, because I think the strategy to let Russell Westbrook sag off, let him get some shots up early, was a great strategy, no doubt. What you want to do is you want to let Russell Westbrook dominate the ball, tick. You want to let him shoot a lot because he's in volume, he can be inefficient. But what it does is it also lets Kawhi, or allows Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden to maybe go a little cold. And that's what I think happened tonight. So big tick to Tibbs. What do you guys think about Tibbs tonight? And we had Russell Westbrook, dominate the ball early. And like I said, that really, really helped us. Not allow them to all feel hot and then start sharing the rock. That would have been dangerous. So another tick tonight. It's many ticks, but we kept the Clippers under 100 points, 97. A lot of talk, high-powered offense. Paul George, Kawhi, anyone can go off, but we turned the water off on them tonight, especially with their bench, Highland and Norm Powell and PJ Tucker as well. So yeah, our bench was just absolutely dominating tonight, which was the most pleasing thing in terms of the season and our bench performance overall. So yeah, got to be really happy. Vaughan says Mitch was a monster and a difference for me tonight. Mitch gets you a game ball. Yep, salute. I could see that, definitely. 15 rebounds, efficient. He was just everywhere. 4 steals. You know, we could give out 3 game balls tonight. Johnny Davis, salute. Barrett was methodical and dedicated tonight. Good game, DiVincenzo, Brunson, Randle. C's now hustle on D, facilitate for your guys, and then the game will tell him what to do. Yeah, the game's slowing down, and it's a pleasure to see each night now, because we know he's been able to bully his way to the bucket, score, but now he's distributing as well, rebounding really well. Big Tuss says, did I see Mitch in the post calling for the ball? Mitch wants the ball and he's not playing yet. Yeah, that was a play later in the game. He had his man sealed off deep, and the ball, he was calling for it as well. He was getting a lot of putbacks. Yep. Vaughan says CT, when asked who is the X factor for this team, it's clear it's Randle by far and away. You see, Brunson had a bad game, and we still won by double digits. Great point. That's a fair point. I think there's quite a few X factors on this team. I went with Barrett early in the year, and he's been sensational. I kind of shifted to Quentin Grimes now. We're getting still a quiet offensive production from Grimes, but off the ball, he's stretching the floor and he's defending really well. But yeah, no doubt, without Randle's offensive production, the Knicks will struggle to win games. So we really, really need Randle's production. And Old Head moving the ball tonight, 28 assists. Beautiful ball movement and a player movement tonight. Brunson with 6, Hart with 7, Quickly with 5, Randle with 3, and Barrett with 4 assists tonight. And for the steals, Mitch with 4, Brunson with 3, Hart with 2, Hartenstein with 2 assists, 2 steals as well. So we talked about our center rotation, but it needs to get more love, because when not only is Mitch dominating, but when Mitch is going to the bench, Isaiah Hartenstein is taking over as well and dominating his opponent as well. So, I mean, just a great start from our big men, really. I know a lot's been made of Josh Hart's playing the backup 4, and we definitely still are undersized. But Josh Hart did really well tonight playing on Paul George. So they are a little small. So the matchup was really in our favor tonight. They didn't really have a very big backup 4. So Josh Hart did really well with that. But yeah, he was one of the great dimes from Randle again. And the scoop, the push shot from Barrett, who was again efficient. In terms of some of the notes I also made in this game, the transition defense, it was so important in the third quarter, because our half offense was falling a little bit. A couple of late shots, poor decisions, was dominating the boards. Josh Hart took the charge. Again, shout out to Josh Hart for getting that big charge on Russ. And a 34-point third quarter. The New York Knicks showed up and won this game for me in the third quarter. 34 points. We only had 42 points for the entire first half. And 34 in the third. And then, fourth quarter, we just took over. We hit shots. Barrett's jam and steal. RJ had a nice dime to Isaiah Hartenstein as well. Josh Hart hit the 3 ball. And then, RJ going to the rack. Monte's steal, rebound, and then 3 ball. And then quickly lob to Isaiah Hartenstein set the tone. So that helped open things up in the fourth. I've got to give another shout out to Quickly for a game where he didn't really force it tonight. And this could have been a game where you could think Emmanuel Quickly might force it, to try to put up points. But no, he was solid. And like I said, one of my favourite assists from tonight. One of his 5 was a huge lob to Isaiah Hartenstein. Had PJ Tucker lost on that one, and I Heart skied for that big jam. And after then, I really felt good about pulling this one out because, the Knicks were playing team ball tonight. Like Old Head says, 28 assists. This is New York ball. Defense, sharing the ball, rebounding, yeah, and just playing for each other, hustling, right? And Mitchell Robinson deserves all these accolades so far this season. He's been unheralded, and definitely one of our unsung heroes there. Doesn't give up, wants another rebound. Miles Plumlee, Zubac didn't stand a chance with that one. What's good, Drew's review? Appreciate you coming through. Johnny Davis says DiVincenzo with the steals, playing smart. Yeah, really a high IQ guy, and the big ragu. Now, if that shot starts flowing, like I said, look out for our dangerous bench tandem with Quick and DiVincenzo. The great thing is they can all rebound well. We are undersized, but they do try to help make up for it with Hart's rebounding, DiVincenzo, quickly, and iHeart. Salute Michael Drake in the building, celebrating the Knicks' first home win at MSG. Shout out to the crowd, and we're finally on the board now at home, 3-4 for the season. Right, no time to panic at all, and this thing's going to take a little time to get into our groove, and we're going to get on a few streaks this year playing like this. Yeah, like I said, the most pleasing thing is Randle's back. Barrett continues his hot streak, but we didn't need much from Brunson, and we still win tonight. Now, Brunson had copped a little bit of critique. Obviously, him and Randle were seen getting into it a little bit. When should I share the ball? I think Brunson came into tonight's game thinking, I'm not going to try to score first. I'm going to try to move the ball. And that's exactly what Brunson did. After 2 of 12, he started to move the rock and got 6 assists, 3 steals, played great defense tonight. So that was a real positive, guys. We know Brunson can put up more shots than 12, but this is the kind of example as a leader that you're going to need, sacrificing, and he was not going to go under that screen for this one, especially considering it's Russell Westbrook. The scouting report does show a lot of to go under the screen with Russ, but he wanted that steal. So shout out to Brunson for that one. Yeah, another feel good vibe was Dante. Michael says was the man tonight. CT, what a great game. Yes sir. Salute chat. We're buzzing tonight, smashing that like button because the streets are buzzing, and the New York Knicks was an even team effort tonight. Got the squad hyped, got the crowd hyped, and we talked about it with EJ in the last show. The last loss against Milwaukee, it wasn't a loss that kind of felt really bad in terms of the way it ended. I know Randle's play was heavily criticized, but with the Knicks coming into this season still so early, it's kind of like an extended preseason, and we know these guys were capable of playing better, capable of shooting the ball better, capable of hustling better, and it was only going to be a matter of time, before they played more desperate, I think. And tonight they definitely didn't want to lose, the third game at home. They played with higher effort, intensity, and team ball as well. Everyone on a string tonight. Reminding us is Big Tar saying RJ Barrett is only 23. Yep. Just turned 23 too, before the start of the year. So, yeah, huge future ahead for RJ Barrett. He's looking better and better every single night, and letting the world know that I've arrived for this, right? He could be our first option on any night, the second, third option. He could be anything we need on any night. And that's what we need from our three best players, to be unselfish. You know that each other can get hot, and they need to find each other as well. None of this tunnel vision. Yet they even fed Mitch, big Mitch tonight a little. But yeah, he could have had a double. He could have had more points as well. I think he did finish with double. Yeah, 13 and 15. Mitch got that double. But yeah, they definitely could have fed him even more. So, yeah, great defense. Grimes, Dante, Hart. The bench stood up. IQ. This is the bench I've been saying, Michael, that we've been expecting. One of the most elite benches of the NBA, when they're all playing well and all performing. And they can shoot the ball, they can defend, they can run the break. And I think what worked tonight as well was the Clippers are small, so we were able to get the rebound and we were able to run. Or we were able to get the passing lane and run. And the steals was on another level tonight. One of those was Josh Hart, running the break. We continue to shout out Mitch, his performances. But yeah, this was a great stop from iHeart too. It starts with the defense and it fuels the offense. Look at iHeart get the stop there coming in. And one thing I also liked tonight was Tom Thibodeau was aggressive with the challenges. So I want to give Tibbs another kudos tonight, because he wasn't shy, and that's what I've been calling for, to not to finish the game without using a challenge, right? It doesn't matter if you lose it, don't finish the game with both challenges still available, and we did lose one. I think we won one and we lost one, but we won the second one, which was great. On the DiVincenzo, I think. It was the charge. Sorry, yeah, the Josh Hart charge. We got it. So, yeah, Bully Barrett. I'm sold. I'm really am sold about the FIBA, the summer he's had, the training, the getting with the shooting coach, listening to his country coach, national coach, Jordi Fernandez with Canada, playing alongside another dog with Dylan Brooks and SGA. Definitely he's growing into his own now. Nick Yak Salute says, how about the start of the season? Mitch has begun. Yep, A+++ for Mitch for the start of this season. And he's made me really proud. And our centers in general is dominating the opponents tonight. They better bring their A game, because Mitchell Robinson's capable of going wilt on them and getting 20 boards, 15 to 20 points if they feed him as well. He's going to put up crazy numbers. I think Mitch is going to break some offensive rebounding records this year. If they don't put a body on him, they better learn, because he could gobble them up. And what's more impressive is too, he's not, he's really defending well. One of those great challenges, contests on PG, running to the lane, he was able to keep with him and really challenge that shot. And not only challenge it, but maybe get a piece on it as well. So really, he looks really powerful, nimble, and he's also really making sure he's not getting in foul trouble as well, which is a beautiful thing. We also have iHeart ready to back up, but Mitch is handling his business. So this was a huge turn of the game. It was back and forth. Clippers were getting some easy buckets, but Julius Randle went to work, started getting downhill as well. I don't know how many fouls Zubac had, but he didn't want to contest any of that. With that, right, Julius Randle just bullied him all the way back. Vaughn says, when Brunson has a game like this, it spells trouble with a capital T for the next opponent. Yet expect nothing less than a 50 piece. Yet against the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, we want to derail that hype train right now. It's at the Mecca, and we know that most people coming into MSG, right, they want to show out. They want their highlight game in MSG to be a memorable one. We need to come in locked in. Salute 19 com man in the building. Yeah, look, if the Knicks are locked in, they can hang, they can beat any team, no doubt about it. And San Antonio, we cannot have a letdown game, and we cannot take them easy. They got talent. Keldon Johnson, I think Vassell is dealing with something. I think he's out for a minute. He might come back. We'll wait for the injury report. But Victor Wembanyama has looked insane. Credit to him. He looks ready to carry that team. And they're going to win more games than a lot of people expected. Right. I'll be shocked if the Spurs are the worst team in the West. I think it's probably going to be Utah or the Rockets or the Blazers. I think the way Victor's playing, with his ability to be an all defensive type candidate in his first year, all-star potential. He's got to be more consistent, but yeah, he's looked amazing. Has Vic. So yeah, we went through that, but yeah, really patient work from Bully Barrett, man. Keeping his dribble low, keeping it tight, getting into traffic. Good screen from Mitch. And drop coverage. Yeah, Zubac was too worried about Mitch there. He didn't want to come out and contest Barrett with that. So you pay Mitch credit also in that situation. And he probably would have grabbed the rebound if Barrett didn't if Barrett didn't hit that one as well. So yeah, maybe the only thing that can really derail us is injuries. And looks like Barrett's back healthy. Rebecca Harlow asked him in the walk-off interview, "How's your knee?" He said, "Man, the knee's good. The knee's feeling good. It was sore for a minute, but had a little bit of rest, and he came out and put the world on notice again." So RJ Barrett, I bought stock coming into the year. He was my X factor. He's in my fantasy team, and he's showing out. He's having an amazing season so far as a young kid, still 23, with a ton of upside. Maybe something that hasn't been spoken of much is his defense too. RJ Barrett has been solid defensively for the most part this year as well as the offense has looked heaps better also. Yeah, the thing that makes the Spurs also tick, man, is Pop. You said it, Michael. Salute. Pop with that young squad. They got a lot of upside with that. So yeah, it's going to be a huge game. It's going to be popping. It's going to be amazing. And then, like I said, I predicted in the last show with EJ that we would win 3-1 in the next in the next week, right? So one's tick. We got that one on the board now. We beat the Spurs, and I think we beat Charlotte. Or if we lose to the Spurs, I think we beat Charlotte and we pull off a huge one against Boston. We're capable. You know how we play well in Beantown? Emmanuel Quickly feels great. That's his stadium. Boston, that's his playground. IQ. Remember last year, man, made his statement performance in Boston with Brunson out, 31 points, showed out. So salute. This squad plays well on the road too. But tonight, man, pleasing to get our first win at the Mecca. And I think confidence-wise, this is going to get guys now and really carry this, catapult us into this season, finally on the board at home. And the East is no joke. We'll do our NBA roundup, and I'll continue to shout the chat out. The results tonight. Let's take a look. Right, so overtime, Boston Celtics currently down 109 to 114 to Mini. Minnesota Timberwolves. So with 13 seconds remaining, looks like the T-Wolves about to down the Celtics. Huge win for them. We've got the Nuggets narrowly above the Pelicans, 99-95 with the start of the fourth. We had Philly continue their hot start. They're 5-1. Now, they win against the Wizards, 146-128. Huge win for the Sixers. Hot start for them. So, they look good after that trade. Maybe addition by subtraction. Tyrese Maxey looking great. Getting rid of James Harden. Getting just moving on from that bad situation. We had the Dallas Mavericks who are going to give us their draft pick this year. They've started hot, 6-1 now. They defeated the Orlando Magic 117-102 in Orlando. So that's another huge win. The Mavericks look great. Grant Williams looks good. We hope they're not too good because, yeah, like I said, we get their draft pick in this year's draft. If the Mavericks aren't in the 10th worst teams, they're going to give us our draft pick. Now, the Mavericks are up in the top end of the West, but I do think they're going to come back down a little bit. So I'm not too worried about that pick being too late in the lottery. It's probably maybe going to be around. It might not even be in the lottery. Actually, it might be around 18, maybe somewhere between 18 and 12, maybe somewhere around there, after they come back down. And speaking of the San Antonio Spurs, fam, they went down today to the Pacers, 152-111. Fam, the Pacers put the beat down on them. Wembanyama only played 21 minutes, had 13 points, 10 rebounds, went 3 of 12, inefficient. Keldon Johnson, solid game. But yeah, it does look like Devin Vassell is out for them. Now, Indiana, who went off? Obi Toppin had a big 19 points, 6 of 11. Obi's best game with the Pacers. Yeah, he went 6 of 6 from the line, 19 points. But Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Miles Turner came to play. So that's another great start for the Pacers. They're 4-3. The Warriors beat the Pistons 120-109. So the Pistons are 2-6 now. They're in the lower end of the East, and that's good because they're coming. They've got some good young talent, but the Pistons, as expected, are going to be one of the worst teams in the East still. The Knicks picked up their win, go 3-4. The Clippers are now 3-3 on the season. The Miami Heat narrowly win 108-107 against the LA Lakers. They go 3-4, same as us. So we're tied with the Heat, ladies and gentlemen. The Milwaukee Bucks, small win over the Nets, 129-125. The Nets are now 3-4, same record as us as well. So we're starting to move up a little, hopefully past these teams soon with some more wins. The Hawks went down, which is great to see, to the Thunder, 117-126. The Thunder have started 4-3 as well. The Rockets got the big win against the Kings, 122-97. Rockets now 3-3. And the Chicago Bulls got a win, big win against the Utah Jazz, who are looking pretty poor, 2-6. The Bulls are 3-5, ladies and gentlemen. So as I pull up the standings, after the win tonight, the New York Knicks are in the 8th seed at 3-4, tied with the Cleveland Cavs, the Heat, the Raptors at 3-4. And we are basically one game from being tied with 4th. Yeah, we're one game away from the 3-2 Milwaukee Bucks. So yeah, very even start to the year. It's tight, as we know, this start of the year. But yeah, the New York Knicks got their first home win, which is going to then, I think this is going to carry us into some streaks. Now, Boston, yeah, a little up and down. Everyone's had a little bad loss here and there, so teams are still figuring it out. And I'm not worried about the New York Knicks start. I said we would be around 500 for maybe the first 10 games or so. But with good health and once guys start hitting shots, I think we're going to be back to like last year, very tough to beat. But yeah, tonight defensively was the most pleasing thing. And it helps when RJ Barrett comes back. As much as we know what Randle and Brunson can do, it just helps a ton, man, to have that third offensive weapon in the starting lineup. And talking about an RJ Barrett who can catch the ball and shoot better, and can also dribble and collapse the defense, right? Kick it back out to Randle for some easier shots. He can handle the ball handling duties with the bench as well. I noticed they've been playing Barrett with the bench more too, which is great. Resting Brunson. So, yeah, we don't want to be too reliant on Brunson. And whilst, we could criticize Brunson when he has a poor game, we understand that it gives other guys an opportunity to dominate the ball as well. So, yeah, if Brunson's shot's not flowing, I'd love him to defer. Same way that it works with Randle. Same with Barrett. Get bully to the cup. If the shot's not falling, get to the line. Yeah, and that's what the Knicks did tonight, which helped us from our slow start. It was back. Shots were missing. Both teams shot poorly. But RJ got to the line. The Knicks shot 6 free throws in the first quarter. Got them into foul trouble early. Mitchell got his steal. Mitchell Robinson. Randle got on the drive. So, yeah, no need to force it, guys. Yep. We can turn our defense into offense as well with our 26 fast break points, I believe, tonight. As we take another look at the stats before we wrap this thing up. The New York Knicks got a record, man. It was like 26 fast break points. Yep. 28 assists, 26 fast break points. That's basically like a quarter of our offense on the fast break. So that's huge, man. But yeah, like Michael's always spitting truth, is the turnovers. 19 is not great, not good at all. The Clippers even worse with 22. So that just goes to tell you that the Clippers are still trying to figure things out with their new addition. But the New York Knicks got no excuses, coming back with everybody. And I think we've got to take care of the ball better, But yeah, given the fact that the Clippers have got great defenders, and you put Paul George, Kawhi, and guys that get after it, I think we did okay. Yep. Yeah, that's a good Orlando team they beat, no doubt about it. But yeah, we are tied with the Heat, the Brooklyn Nets, the Cleveland Cavs, 3 of our nemesis. But I picked the Knicks to be better than all of those teams. We got Orlando in 6, the Pacers in 5th, and the Hawks in 3rd at 4-2. But the Hawks lost today, so that's solid. And then we got Boston and Philly. So look, we saw how vulnerable Milwaukee are now. They lost defense. The Boston Celtics, I feel like, are still vulnerable too. No Marcus Smart. I think if KP didn't go hot against the Knicks opening night, we have a great chance. So, yeah, man, a lot of parity in the East right now in this NBA. You got to be consistent, got to stay healthy, and I think you can get on a streak. You can really get hot, climb your way up, fam. So yeah, the only ways forward now for the New York Knicks: share the ball, better defensive effort like tonight, hit shots, and and we're going to be dangerous. Damn, I can't wait for this stretch coming up. As we take one last look at the schedule coming up, I predicted the New York Knicks are going to win against the Spurs. We'll beat Charlotte, and I think we'll play close to Boston. We'll play that one real tight. I won't be surprised if we do really start to notch up these dubs and go on a longer streak, ladies and gentlemen. Atlanta don't worry me, even though it's on the road. We won there already, so we can win the season series if we beat Atlanta at home again. Let that sink in. Washington, let's get that revenge back from that preseason game and get our first in-season tournament win. And then Charlotte again, we can win the season series in the next coming week. And then Mini, and then 3 days rest, then Miami NBA Cup game again. So yeah, I like a lot of these games coming up in November. We're not really dealing with back-to-backs like we were early. We're getting, days off, getting some solid practice in and some rest. And I think we'll start to see a much better New York Knicks team. Better starts, better shooting, better defensively. I think that the days off is the key. It's no coincidence we saw a better Randle tonight. It wasn't the second of a back-to-back. It was a proper rest, and these guys can come back. RJ Barrett looked excellent after a couple days rest as well. Yeah, we talked about it with many guests and previously, but the schedule has been brutal for the New York Knicks. Once this schedule starts to settle down, we'll start to see the best New York Knicks team, fam, especially with this bench mob. Yep. We clean up the rebounds, but yeah, we'll clean up the turnovers, but yeah, man, rebounds, devastating, man. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Mitch, Hart, Randle. Michael's still high for the 4th seed. CT, I'm going to go up and down, but 53 wins, 4th seed or 3rd seed. 53 wins would be excellent, man. That would mean we're going to get on a big streak. We'll break down the schedule further as we go through November and look at December. But I expect the New York Knicks to maybe make another addition at the trade deadline. We'll see what happens with Evan Fournier. But yeah, 53 wins, when you say that, anything's possible. It really is. But let's string a couple wins together first. Let's start getting more comfortable. And let's start climbing the standings right now. But yeah, pleasing game at home. A quote-unquote championship contending team in the Clippers coming in to MSG. We made a little statement of our own. The world was watching tonight in terms of James Harden's debut, and this is what the Clippers did. They went all in for this, and the New York Knicks were the first opponent, and we made a statement saying, hey, you're not going to come into our building, and you're not going to, we're not going to roll over. And we're a good team. We're a great team. So pleasing effort tonight overall. A lot of A's across the board from Barrett, Mitch, and Randle. Some B pluses. Yeah, and we continue to roll. Baby, heading in. Hopefully we get back to 500 against Victor Wembanyama, the San Antonio Spurs. Then we got Charlotte back-to-back with Beantown in the second leg. So, like I said, rest for a day, get the big win against Charlotte, against Spurs, and then 3 days rest. So let's get it on the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back post-game live after the San Antonio game. Hopefully we're chopping up another big win. But shout out to the chat. The streets are buzzing. Smash that like button. The New York Knicks are here for 23-24. We got our first win at home. And first of many, many more. But yeah, the bench showed out. Great hustle, great defense tonight. Good transition offense. And good to see Randle bounce back. And RJ Barrett is back as well. And they had Jalen Brunson's back tonight. He can't have it every single night. But these guys showed up and punked the Clippers. Basically, they had to empty their bench. Right, let that sink in. We punked the Clippers late, and they just rolled over. So let's get on the next one. Orange and blue, it's what we do. Peace.